Well, blessed Wednesday to you as we come with your daily encouragement. It is First Peter chapter 5, verse 5 today. We've been talking about Peter's admonishment or exhortation to fellow elders, to those who are teachers, an example, and to remind that while you might have the title of pastor or elder, you have a chief pastor, and that's the one we all submit to. He's the one that is the final judgment in all things. And so in verse 5 it says, "In the same way, you who are younger must accept the authority of the elders, and all of you must clothe yourselves with humility in your dealings with one for another. For God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble." Now, I remember this verse or part of this verse where it says that those who are younger must accept the authority of elders. I remember it well because I was in the Slovak Republic. I was in my first mission planting, and it did not go well. I was finding myself challenging a system that I found out was in charge by corrupt people. Let me tell you, it's not the first or the last time I've experienced that type of thing. But I do remember when I challenged it and ended up leaving the place, the person who was the spiritual leader of that place gave me a little admonishment from this verse. You know, you who are younger must accept the authority of elders. Now, as I've gotten older, some of my elders are younger than me, so I can't accept that type of admonishment. But the key word in that is hanging these together is the word humility. God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. And that means I dare not use age or experience or even a calling to elevate myself above others, especially in God's church, but more importantly, especially in the world, because we are not to be distinguished by our position and by our pride, but we are to be distinguished by our humility. And I think that that is the key word here. Now, in an opposite extreme, I have been accused of being sometimes too human or too humble or not being a strong leader as some think that I should be as a quote unquote pastor or father or man. And I say, once you've been humbled, you realize that it's all about obeying the Lord. It's not about appearance. It's about obeying the Lord, and that's it. And so the key word is to not have pride in the places that you've been, or the positions that you've had, or the people you know, or the people that you don't know. Pride is in humility and realizing that we all stand in equal judgment, in equal standing before the Lord, whether we be president or pope or some other leader or beggar. We all have a common humanity, and we stand before the one who humbled himself to the greatest extent, Jesus Christ, God incarnate, the one we celebrate during this time. So, in some ways, I would say the person that used this verse against me was probably using it inappropriately, and I did not receive it that way too. And I thought it was just okay, you want to be in charge here. It's your judgment with the Lord. I just merely heard the Lord telling me this, and we had a conflict. And so when I left, that's what I said. This is your deal. Be in charge of it. I'm not going to be part of it anymore. And that's what happened. And when I've left other ministries behind, whether it be my first call, my second call, my internships and all, I left it behind. I I appreciate the time I had, but they are no longer my charge anymore. And at some point, I'll have to leave behind this call. At some point, I'll have to leave behind my calling that I find myself when I have jobs, or I think that our family will probably stay intact, but our submission, the ruler of our family, is not the father, not the mother, not any of the children. We always talk about if the children rule, that's a family in disorder, but it is the one that is in charge is Jesus. So whether it's church, whether it's family, whether it's school, whether it's job or whatever, Jesus is the one that we submit to, and we are called in humility to serve only him. God bless you today. We trust that these continue to be words of encouragement. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.